welcome to today's video. And trust me, this is a juicy topic. Ladies, let's chat fat loss after 40. So, where are you in life right now? If you are after the age of 40 or after the age of 30, perhaps you started to notice some things going on in your body. Perhaps you've noticed that you're not able to lose fat like you used to. Perhaps you've noticed that you're gaining fat in areas that were never there, even though your lifestyle and diet hasn't changed. And you're left thinking, what the heck is going on with my body? Well, as we know, hormones change as we age. So what I wanna do is I wanna break this video up into two different parts for you. First, we're gonna talk about the knowledge background, the hormonal. We're gonna go inside the body, and I wanna explain to you what happens as our hormones change after the age of 25, and why this fat distribution on your body seems to change, or accumulation starts to happen that wasn't there before, or why you really struggle to get that weight off after you age. And then we're gonna dive into the 5 musts that have to be in place for weight loss after 40. All right, so what happens to our body as we age? I'm gonna take you back. Let's go way back. Do you remember when you started into puberty? You're in your teens, hormones were rising, everything felt so dramatic and everything was so important, and it's sort of like the highlight of your life, and you thought that you were at the pinnacle, the peak of everything, and then you realized you were all wrong. At the age of puberty, our hormones start to change. We know this. We have hormones that start to rise in our body up into the age of 25. In particular, testosterone, human growth hormone, and estrogen. And then after the age of 25, these hormones start to decrease. Yes, at 25 years old, things start to change. But it's not at that age that we start to really notice the changes, is it? It's when you hit the age of 30, perhaps mid-30s, definitely 40, where you start to realize my body is not cooperating the way it used to, it's not responding, and things are starting to happen to your body that never naturally happened before. So with the decline of these hormones, testosterone, human growth hormone, and estrogen, this is what happens. From about the age of 35 onwards, we actually start to lose cells in our body, and we will start to lose muscle cells. And as these muscle cells begin to shrink, we have less muscle mass. Now, muscle is metabolically active, meaning that it affects your metabolic rate. So the more muscle you have on your body, the more calories you burn at rest. So as this muscle is shrinking, if you are not doing anything to build that muscle up or maintain that muscle through resistance training, or you're not decreasing your caloric intake on a daily basis, but your metabolic rate is going down, you are naturally going to gain body fat. So with these 3 hormones, estrogen, human growth hormone, and testosterone, all lowering after the age of 25, your body is naturally going to steadily put on body fat. Since these 3 hormones work in keeping you lean and keeping fat at bay. So if you're not doing anything to combat that issue, it has actually been shown that you can gain up to 30% more body fat by the time that you have reached menopause. Okay, so here's a little bit of a scary detail. Your body fat distribution actually changes in the body because of these hormone shifts. That means that your body fat will move around. It actually goes from subcutaneous to visceral fat. Subcutaneous is that fat that's between your skin and your muscle. It goes right in there. And that's that fat that you can perhaps grab on your stomach, you can pull it out, and you're gonna feel that graininess of tissue underneath of your skin. That's subcutaneous fat. Visceral fat is the fat that is in your abdominal cavity and around your organs. And this is the scary fat. This is the fat that leads to heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. And this is the fat that is really seen in people when they get a pot belly look. So if you've gotten older and you notice that your stomach and your belly fat is increasing and that your belly is getting bigger and bigger, that's because your fat distribution is changing. When your body is transitioning into menopause and lowering this estrogen, it actually causes an increase in cortisol and insulin. Both of these 2 hormones play a huge role in fat gain, especially around your midsection. On average, women will continue to gain fat up until about the age of 65. And then at that point, they'll begin to lose weight. But it's not fat that they're losing at that point. It's because of the bone density shifts again, from these hormonal changes, that your muscle actually starts to atrophy even more. So this is why people in their 70s, 80s start to look smaller, thinner, and more frail. They're not necessarily losing body fat, but they're losing bone density and muscle. All right, so enough with the negative news. Let's get to how we can stop this from happening as much as possible and get you into that fit body you've desired. So here are my 5 musts. Now, some of these things are negotiable when you're in younger years. Everything I'm gonna tell you here is not gonna be new news, and it's not going to be a shocker for you at all. But as you get older, these have to be non-negotiable if you're looking to lose fat, especially belly fat. Number 1, eliminate processed foods and excess sugar. Without excess estrogen around to actually help you out, these sugars are going to be stored in your fat cells. And with the rise of cortisol and insulin, you're most likely gonna store that fat in your belly region. Not to mention the processed foods, which are usually high in sodium, that's gonna give you a water retention and that puffy, bloated, bigger feeling of your body. Number 2, pay attention to serving sizes. Now is important more than ever for you to really have a clear understanding of how much protein you should be having, how many carbs, how many vegetables, which really can be unlimited if you want, but having a great control over your caloric intake is essential. With the decrease in your energy levels, you will actually have a lower energy expenditure if you are doing cardio or training. That means that if you go to the gym and you burn 250 calories when you're 25 years old, you're going to be burning that excess energy off, and it's going to work to your advantage as a deficit in your body. As we get older without estrogen around, we have less and less of that energy expenditure. So you could still be training and working out and doing as much cardio as you used to do, but your body isn't burning the extra energy. So keep your calories in check. Number 3, resistance training. Pick up the weight, put a challenge on your body, force those muscles to work. You can still build muscle as you get older. So please, please, please do that. What that's gonna do is that's going to help your metabolic rate stay up. Remember what I was saying, that we naturally are gonna have muscle cells that die off, and that we're naturally gonna lower our metabolic rate, meaning we're naturally going to burn less calories at rest doing our day-to-day things. We want to stop this. We want to actually make this work in our favor by resistance training, building some lean muscle mass, so that your energy output on a daily basis with the things that you just naturally do every day stays high. Number 4, and you are not gonna like this one, I really, really need you to rethink alcohol. Alcohol is a sugar, and your body is going to metabolize it as that. This comes right back to my first point about eliminating excess sugar. If you drink alcohol over the age of 40 and you're trying to lose fat, it is an uphill battle. Now, I'm not saying you can never drink again. I'm saying get focused on what your goals are, cut it out for a period of time, allow your body to not have that excess sugar, and you will be well on your way to your fitness goals. And number 5, consider reducing your grains and dairy. These metabolize down into glucose. Grains especially will increase estrogen levels in the body. And it's actually been shown that women over 40 who reduce or take out altogether grains and dairy from their diet have an overall weight loss and especially belly fat loss along their journey. So you can replace your grains with other carbohydrates like root vegetables, potatoes, sweet potatoes, parsnips, beets. You know, the list can go on there. You don't necessarily have to get your carbohydrates from grains. With your dairy, you can replace your milk with a nut milk. There are a ton of varieties out there now with almond and cashew. So at least try reducing these if they are big items in your diet. And then if you can eliminate them altogether, you're going to speed up those fat loss results. So there you go. That is my knowledge for you for weight loss after 40 and my 5 musts that you must commit to in order to see through to your journey. Yes, it can be harder as you get older, but it's not impossible, and I urge you to never give up on your journey. My name is Sarah Fennell. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and like it. Also in the description here on YouTube, there is lots of other ways for you to connect with me, gain knowledge from me, work from me, and lots of other tidbits for you as well. Until next time.